Welcome to the Dragonflight Explained series, where I give you bite-sized lore and certain elements that may be useful to know going into Dragonflight, serving as a reminder for veteran players and as a little introduction for new players. In today's episode we're looking at Alexstraza and the Red Dragonflight. Being blessed with Ionar's compassion for all living things, a drive to protect and nurture them, and the ability to heal that which others cannot, the Red Dragonflight finds their charge over creation and life. Their flames are unique in not only being a destructive force, but also able to heal and bring life. This means that they generally seek to protect all life on Azeroth and battle those that would do the wild harm. In particular, the Black Dragonflight and the Twilight Aberration served as their main enemies. Despite this charge, some Red Dragons hold a mistrust and animosity towards mortals due to the events of the Second War, when many Red Dragons were enslaved by the Dragonmoor clan. In the aftermath of the Sundering reeling from Deathwing's betrayal, Alexstraza, Ysera and Nosdormu visited the Elven survivors and gifted them an enchanted acorn that was placed atop Mount Hyjal. Being activated by the potent magic waters, the acorn sprung to life and became a colossal tree, Nordrassil, safeguarding the new Well of Eternity. Deathwing utilised an Orc Shaman to bypass the Demon Soul enchantment and get control of the artifact. Using this, the Orc Shaman imprisoned Alexstraza and a large portion of her fleet. Within a span of 8 years, Alexstraza was forced to create more dragons to service the Horde in war, and it took a toll on her, crying at the death and destruction that her children were being forced to commit. The Red Dragonflight had went from being one of the most powerful to being the Horde's hounds of war, being used to commit destructive acts like the burning of Quel'Thalas forests and the razing of the lands of the Alliance, and completely decimating the third fleet of the Kultiris. Dragons that grew too powerful to be controlled were killed on the spot. Though the Horde was ultimately defeated at the end of the Second War, the Dragonmoor clan held the tight grip on Alexstraza, and it was only when Deathwing had manipulated the Orc Shaman Necros to move Alexstraza and eggs towards Dun Algaz that hope appeared again. Yes, the appearance was worrying as Deathwing wanted to steal Alexstraza's eggs, but the other aspect showed up to battle Deathwing in the sky, with an apprentice being sent by the mage Krausus, who was a secret red dragon, to defeat Necros and use one of Deathwing's scales to destroy the Demon Soul. The destruction of the artifact meant that the power that had been sealed inside for so long was returned to the aspects, making them whole, and the task of overpowering Deathwing became easier. The Red Dragonflight had their hand in many of the events following the conflict of Grimbatol, helping out and fighting back against Malygos and her war on the mortal races and cleansing the battlefield of the Wrathgate, which would ultimately lead to High Lord Bolvar Fordragon being kept alive from the Scourge's plague and change him completely as he was reborn in fire. During the Cataclysm, Alexstraza, like every other aspect, had lost her powers when they combined their might to defeat Deathwing, and she stated that as the Hour of Twilight was averted, the great purpose had been fulfilled and the Age of Mankind had begun, with them to serve as guides. During the battle for Azeroth, Alexstraza and the Red Dragonflight would come under attack by the Twilight Dragonflight, led by Vexiona. After the conflict was discovered, Kalecgos and the Adventurer aided the Red Dragonflight, with Alexstraza personally considering their aid well-timed. As the Twilight Dragons were beaten back, Vexiona sought to flee but was ultimately confronted outside of Grimbatol by Alexstraza, Kalecgos and the Champion. During the fight, Vexiona implored Alexstraza and Kalecgos to join her, and in the face of their rejection, she trapped them in stasis. However, the Champion was able to free the former aspects and subsequently forced Vexiona to flee from the battlefield. And with her children now free, Alexstraza vowed to empower the heart of Azeroth. So as you can see, Alexstraza and the Red Dragonflight have had their hand in history throughout World of Warcraft and in the general Warcraft universe as well. Going into Dragonflight, Alexstraza is featured in the trailer and is one of the first dragons seen to return to the Dragon Isles. Despite her past disagreements with Rathian, she offers guidance to him as he did return as well. Be interesting to see how the story plays out between those two and in general, as Alexstraza's life has been filled with pain and turmoil, so I can only imagine what sort of stories await us on the Dragon Isles. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and if you did, then please do like and subscribe. I've got plenty more on the way. But for now, thanks for watching, and see you next time.